Hey, what's good with it, YouTube? It's your boy Rojo, Convicts Perspective, man. Last day of January, and I wasn't gonna do a video today, man, but this thing just came across my feed, and I thought I'd share it with you guys. The U.S. federal prisons are on lockdown after two killed in Texas. This is from the Associated Press. The federal prison system has been placed on a nationwide lockdown after two inmates were killed and two others were injured Monday during a gang altercation at a federal penitentiary in Texas. The incident happened at 11:30 a.m. Monday at USP Beaumont, a federal prison in Beaumont, Texas. The altercation involved members of the violent MS13 gang. Two people familiar with the matter told the Associated Press. The people could not discuss an ongoing investigation and spoke to the AP on condition of anonymity. The attack is just the latest example of serious violence within the beleaguered Federal Bureau of Prisons. The agency has struggled through a multitude of crises in recent years, including widespread staff shortages, serious employee misconduct, which we touched on not too long ago, a series of escapes, as well as deaths. The lockdown, being instituted at the agency's more than 120 federal prisons across the U.S., was prompted by fears of potential retaliation and concern violence could spread into other facilities. During a nationwide lockdown, inmates are kept in their cells most of the day and visiting is canceled. Because of spiking coronavirus cases in federal prisons, social visits at nearly every facility have already been canceled. The use of a nationwide lockdown is relatively rare. The agency implemented the measure in April of 2020 as the coronavirus cases began skyrocketing in prisons nationwide, and after the insurrection at the U.S. Capitol January 6th of 2021, and shortly before the inauguration of President Joe Biden later that month. On Monday, the Bureau of Prisons said officers at the Texas prison observed multiple inmates fighting and responded to secure the area. Two inmates, Andrew Pineda, 34, and Guillermo Riojas, 54, were pronounced dead at a local hospital after the attack. Two other prisoners were injured and taken to nearby hospitals for treatment. There has been a number of serious security issues within the federal prison system in the last few months, including several inmate deaths and stabbings. The Justice Department announced earlier this month that the agency's director, Michael Carvajal, was resigning from his position amid increased scrutiny over his leadership and in the wake of Associated Press reporting that uncovered widespread corruption, misconduct, and other problems within the agency. Several inmates have escaped from the prison complex in Beaumont in recent years, and union officials have decried what they've described as a serious prison staffing crisis. The AP reported in June that security at the complex is so lax that local law enforcement officials privately joke about its seemingly open door policy. Riojas was serving a 38-year sentence for carjacking and interfering with interstate commerce. That means he must have jacked a commercial vehicle. Pineda had been sentenced to a term of more than 6 years in prison on a racketeering charge and has been held at the prison since February. In November of 2007, two Beaumont inmates stabbed another inmate to death on the penitentiary special housing unit after they broke free from handcuffs, shanked two correctional officers who were escorting them to their cells, and stole the keys. They were convicted and sentenced to death. A few months later, in February of '08, a Beaumont inmate was strangled to death in his cell by two other inmates, one of them co-founder of the prison gang, Dead Man Inc. The Texas prison houses 1,372 male inmates. Yeah, I just wanted to bring that to your guys' attention, man. So all of you who may or may not be aware that have loved ones in the BOP, the federal prison system, that everybody's on lockdown. Now, they don't say who was the culprits, like whether they were from the same gang, a different gang, what have you. You know what I mean? If it was a in gang thing such as MS cleaning up their own house, or the big homies, that live in the southern part of the state, you know what I'm talking about. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. And it seems like a lot of times correctional authorities look for reasons to short stop the program. they can't stand the fact that you would get certain rights, be they small, be they insignificant, be they basic human needs, shower, mail, commissary, yard time, programs, vocational, educational. They have to actually do work. When the system's on lockdown, they got it made. You know what I mean? A lot of places probably get hazard pay. You know what I mean? They escort everybody in cuffs, shackles, whatever. There's not really no need for as many gunners, just the perimeter lethal fence area, in case there's an escape, which more often than not isn't going to happen at a lot of places. So they don't really got to do stuff. They can just kick back. You know what I mean? And most people, I don't know, myself included, do I want to go to work and bust my ass all day? Or do I want to go and, have a nice, easy, chill day where I don't have to necessarily perform at 100%? I mean, come on, man. Do you want to have to supervise and break up fights and pepper spray and, risk your own neck and face and guts to stab wounds? Or do you want to just pass out lunch in the morning, dinner in the evening, and then kick back in your little office? So, I mean, is this going to be a nationwide thing? We don't know, man. I mean, it's hard to say because they don't say who was involved, man. And more often than not, it's going to be your own group taking care of its own political, agenda versus another group all out just taking off on you, man. Because a lot of these different organizations, man, they're going to strike unilaterally across the system. If somebody wanted to move on MS or the big homies or Serenios and as a group, they're not going to target a couple specific individuals usually because they know that there's going to be retaliation, and you might as well make it worth it than go after two. That's just based on my experience. There's no telling what these dudes did. Their politics are different. Who knows if they're either from California or whatever. It's very, the information's small. But yeah, man, I was out running my dogs, trying to get them to chase turkeys and stuff, and this hit my news feed. So I was like, man, when I go home, I'm gonna knock this out. So, oh, bro, yeah, like this has been a crazy couple years, man, since the COVID thing and whatever. Everybody getting on lockdown and modified programs and whoop de whoop. That creates stress, man. If you're not one of the lucky ones that have a cell phone or have access to one, you're not getting out necessarily to use the phone. Unless maybe somebody calls a counselor and says there's a death in your family or whatnot. You're not programming, you're not doing none of that kind of stuff. And you're just stuck in your cell, and it just starts to create stress, man. And it's been going on for a couple years, and not only the Bureau of Prisons, but California, and I'm sure other states as well, are having all kinds of modified programs, and attributing it to COVID or a situation like this that's probably an in-group, organizational cleaning of their own books. You know what I mean, for lack of a better way to say it. Taking care of their own. But it's really strange that they locked down the entire country behind two people getting hit. Um, that's the only thing that makes me think, that leads me to believe that it might be another group involved. But if two people get hit from one group by another group, you would think that there'd be a lot more jumping off than just a group of inmates attacking too, because other people are going to come from other places. You know what I mean? I don't know, bro. It's a weird situation. I can't wait to see how it develops. But like I said, man, being locked down, there's some points in time in California where, especially in-house things, they're going to lock down one group. And it's just 120 prisons throughout the country to be locked down all behind two people getting hit. It's just strange, man. So, you know, check your guys' news feeds and stuff for more information on this. And when I get it, I will definitely bring it to you, because it's kind of suspicious, man. You know, and like I said, The administration trying to find a reason to keep you from programming, that's commonplace. It's commonplace. They want to do less and get paid the same, like a lot of people do, bro. you know, so who knows what it's about? But I just wanted to bring this to you guys, man. Hopefully your weekend was good. You enjoyed your football, all that good stuff, man. Let's get out of January, man. Start February off strong. January was a rough month. A lot of things going on. A lot of people getting touched by COVID. A lot of people getting touched by the damn fentanyl, man. Fentanyl hit somebody that I care about and their family. Just, man, be careful. You know what I mean? You guys got to be careful out there, bro. Take your precautions if that's the kind of lifestyle you're in. Get you some test strips. A lot of people have told me these things are available at liquor stores, head shops, and you can even get them from some county places, man. You know, if you're stuck in that cycle of addiction, I can empathize, with your situation. But man, be careful, man. Whether you're going through a rough point in your life or whatever the case might be, man, there's avenues out there that you can seek to help you be a little safer, man. And at the end of the day, I'm one of those dudes who preaches accountability. It's time to get yourself right. Nobody cares about you enough as you would. I know I said that all wrong, but you got to look out for you, man. You're living out there in some messed up circumstances. There's places you could go. Will they necessarily help? No, but they'll sober you up for a while and give you a clear-headed chance to figure out what you want to do. Because life's too short, man. You be living like a zombie and wasting years of your life and risking death every time you want to get loaded because you never know what's going to be in what you buy. It's a bad situation, man. So look out for yourself, man. Look out for your friends. Look out for your homies. You know what I mean? Try to steer them in the right direction. It's our responsibility to our friends and family, that you care about, to lead them in the right direction. Do your best. There's a lot of, man, 90% of people won't listen. Oh yeah, no, I hear you. This is what you say. This is what you hear when you tell people, hey man, you need to chill out on that stuff, maybe go to a program. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Oh yeah, man, I get it, but it's your responsibility when you're their friend or or their family member to at least try. You one pill is all it takes, man. That shit's evil, and that's basically it, man. Take care of yourselves. If you got people in the BOP, you're used to hearing from them. They're on lockdown. That was my main point in getting out here. A lot of people don't catch certain articles, whatever. I just happened to stumble across this one while I was out in the woods with the dogs. So that's that, man. It's your boy Rojo, Convicts Perspective. I'll be on live in about 2 hours. It's 7 p.m., 5 o'clock in Cali. I'll see you 7 to 8 o'clock sometime, man. Appreciate you guys. Hope January end this January out, man. Start new in February, man. And let's get everything we're striving for.